Okay, thank you, Dean. That was very informative, and I'm sure that anyone who has any questions afterwards, if you'd like to leave them with us, we'll be happy to relay them along. Now we're up to the fun part, and I think the part of our ceremony that brought many of you here with your loved ones. Good morning. I want to remind you, I think many of you have met me before. I've spoken already, but my name is Richard Sadovsky. I'm a member of the Family Practice Department, and I'm a graduate of the class of 1974, and I'm still working at Downstate, so I'm there, full-time on the campus. And I'm the co-chair of the 2018 Alumni Awards Committee.
I'm William Urban. I'm the chair of orthopedic surgery. I'm a member of the class of 1989, and I'm the other co-chair of the awards committee. Dr. Sadovsky and I are both members of the Board of Managers for the Alumni Association.
Okay. So Dr. Urban and I are going to be pleased to present awards this morning. I'm going to start by presenting the Alumni Achievement Awards. These awards are given to alumnus and alumna who have made significant medical contributions to the welfare of the profession and mankind. We have some very distinguished alumni who've graduated from SUNY Downstate, and in the alumni journal that's available outside that you've received on your check-in, or you can pick up if you haven't already, biographies are printed of each of the award recipients. So we're not going to talk too much about all the wonderful things that everybody has done, but if you'd like to read them, you're welcome to pick up the books outside. Some of you have such impressive and lengthy CVs that they had to be condensed significantly for your bio sketches. We're very proud of all of your accomplishments, and we hope that we've highlighted the ones that you feel most strongly about, and if we haven't, we apologize, but I think the lists look pretty long for all of you. When we call your name, we'd like you to come forward. We're going to take a photo after your presentation here, and then we're going to give you a chance to say a couple of words to the assembled audience. Please keep your remarks brief so that we can keep the ceremony on time. And at the end of the entire ceremony, our photographer will be outside with the president of our Alumni Association for those of you who'd like to get an additional picture with your loved ones or with your classmates or any other pictures that you'd like to have taken. So I'm going to begin today by mentioning award number one. We've already met Dr. Hyman Muss, and Dr. Hyman Muss is receiving the Alumni Achievement Award in Oncology. Dr. Muss, could you please come up? Dr. Muss, congratulations to you. Yeah. You're welcome to say a few words.
Well, thank you very much. It's a great honor, and I appreciate this wonderful award. I must say that I'm a Brooklyn boy, and having the opportunity to go to Downstate and get such a wonderful education, have such wonderful teaching, and launch me on my career is really one of the high points of my life, and I'm most appreciative to everyone. It's great to see my old classmates here, with whom we shared a lot of long nights studying, but a lot of joys, and it's great to be back, and I'm most appreciative. Thank you.
Okay, our next awardee is a member of the class of 1993, Dr. Merle Meyerson, who receives the Alumni Achievement Award in Cardiology. I believe Dr. Meyerson may not be here, so we will make sure that Dr. Meyerson gets the award. Our next award is the Alumni Achievement Award in Cosmetic Surgery. Dr. Michelle Zweifler, a member of the class of 1993. Please come on up.
Dear fellow Downstate alumni, it was a great 4 years. At the time, I might not have loved it much, studying, and, the neighborhood wasn't as, posh as things are today. But it made me a better doctor. When I did general surgery in Manhattan, I realized I got a better education than most of my colleagues, despite maybe a more prestigious name in a school. And then I had the pleasure of going back there to complete my plastic surgery residency for another 2 strong years of educational experience, lots of memories, and my closest friends now are all my colleagues from medical school. Thank you all. Congratulations.
For those of you who haven't been back to Downstate recently, the neighborhood is changing. And whether you think it's for the better or for the worse, I'm going to leave it to your judgment. But there are a lot of large apartment buildings with gardens on the top and perhaps even swimming pools that are getting built in our neighborhood. So if you have a chance, please consider stopping there. The next award is the Alumni Achievement Award in Dermatology. Dr. Steve Danziger from the class of '68, please come up to the podium.
Thank you so
I'm going
much.
to take a picture first. Picture first. So take this.
Thank you so much for this award. Richard Sadowski, whom I know from the Medical Society, comes to our meetings periodically. As many people have said, we had an incredible education at Downstate. I remember when I went to Manhattan for my internship at Roosevelt Hospital, which is a Columbia affiliate, I was concerned. And I found out very quickly that fellow interns would come to me for questions, academic, clinical. So our education is nothing to be ashamed about. We had an incredible education. And I'm very appreciative to have had it. And I'm appreciative that I've also found early on a specialty that agreed with me. And dermatology at Downstate has now become its own department for many years. We were originally a division of medicine, but we're still kind of quiet, except when you might call with some terrible itch or some other thing, and then you know where we are. So my wife is here, Doris Rothenberger. My sons are here, one of whom is a medical student at Downstate now. And so we're carrying on this tradition, and I'm happy to see my classmates. It's a very moving experience after all these years. So thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, now the Alumni Achievement in Emergency Medicine. I'm happy to present this to Dr. Jason Hack, a member of the class of 1993. Is Jason here? Okay, so we'll move forward. Obviously, we'll get him his award. Our next award is a member of the class of 1968, the Alumni Achievement Award in Ethics to Dr. William Dosher. Dr. Dosher, are you here? Thank you. Great. Congratulations, Doctor. Thank you. Stand with me for a picture. Please feel free to take the mic.
Thank you. Yes, I do remember my years at Downstate. Sometimes they weren't so pleasurable, but overall, I really enjoyed it, so that when I did do my residency in surgery, I was ready to do it, and I think I did it well. So what else can I say? It's been a long time since 1968, and things have changed. And however, I have been able to influence at least one person to continue in medicine. My son over there, class of 2009. And just in case anybody's interested in why I am getting an award in ethics, I will only say one thing. A couple of years ago, I gave a lecture to a group of surgeons, and the title was, "Why Only a Surgeon Can Teach Ethics to Surgeons."
Great. You have a good skill there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, our next awardee receives the Alumni Achievement Award in Genetics from the class of 1993, Dr. Brendan Lee.
Well, it's a great honor to come back and receive this recognition from my alumni. I left in '93 after spending 7 years doing MD PhD here, and I have to always thank Downstate for, I think, two important things. One is it turned me on to pediatrics and human genetics, something I really didn't think about when I entered Downstate. And the second is, I would say, a can-do approach to science and medicine and life, because one thing I learned at Kings County is you have to overcome obstacles to help patients. And in fact, when I arrived in Houston, where I've been 25 years, I walked into Ben Taub, their county hospital, and felt there was nothing I couldn't do. And I think that was a very important lesson and continues to serve me well today. And I want to thank my son, Max, and his friend, Natalie, for joining me here today. Thank you.
Great. Thanks again. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So our next award, the Alumni Achievement Award in HIV/AIDS Research, goes to somebody who gave us a talk this morning, Dr. Dominic Chow from the class of 1993. Dominic? This is a pleasure. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
So a shout out to all the 93 graduates, 25th anniversary reunion. I'm very appreciative of this award. Downstate has really opened a lot of doors for me, both academically as well as provide me with really an interest in international health. I think without the alumni award that I received, I wouldn't have gone to Thailand and then subsequently go on to actually fulfill my passion of doing international work. So really thank you. I think there's no better place than Downstate in getting a great medical education. Thank you.
Okay, so the next award is the Alumni Achievement Award in Neurology, going to a member of the class of 1993, Dr. Andrea Bozaki. Is Dr. Bozaki here? No. Okay. The next award is a second award in Alumni Achievement in Oncology, going to Dr. Lowell Schnipper from the class of 1968. Dr. Schnipper. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Please come and put your picture down.
Well, hi, who you've already heard from, and I have been litter mates for decades now. He looks like my kid brother, but he really isn't. I remember 2 or 3 distinct things, very fond memories. The more recent of them is that about 7 or 8 years ago, I had the honor of being asked to deliver the white coat ceremony talk at this medical school. And it was the first time I had been back after, since my graduation. And I was just astonished in the most positive way at looking at the complexion of the class and the parents and relatives and loved ones who were there to support them as they started their journey in medicine. It made me so proud to be a Downstate alumnus, proud because of what the school seems to represent in terms of basically taking in wonderful, talented young people from every walk of life and turning them into graduates who, 4 or 5 decades later, can do some of the things you've all done and we've heard about. And the second thing was an anecdote that somebody repeated last night, but I can't resist it, and it's Ludwig Eichner's wish as he said goodbye to us upon our own graduation, and that is simply, I wish every one of you a serious illness from which you have a complete recovery. His understanding of empathy and its role in the excellence of the practicing physician can't be underestimated. I've had the good fortune of training many, many fellows through the years, and this is the mantra that I've shared with them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. The next awardee receives the Alumni Achievement Award in Orthopedics, Dr. Lyndon Bernard Gross from the class of 1993. Dr. Gross. Okay. The next award is the Alumni Achievement Award in Pathology, which also goes to a member of the class of 93, Dr. Tak Shun Choi. Is Dr. Choi here? And the next award is the Alumni Achievement Award in Pediatrics. Goes to Dr. Ellen Wald, a member of the class of 1968.
Hi, it's great to be here this morning. I want to thank the alumni for giving me this award, and I find I'm much more nostalgic this morning than I expected to be. It's really a treasure, and to see all my classmates, and I just can reiterate what a wonderful education we got here, what a strong legacy Downstate has provided, and what gratitude I feel. It was great to see Stan Aronson acknowledged because he played a little part in my life as well. And as you know, also I met my husband here on the very first day of medical school, and we solidified that union at the end of our second year. And that has, of course, been my lifelong partner and a wonderful person to share both my personal life as well as the importance of our medical profession. So thank you once again.
Okay, and now the Alumni Achievement Award for Public Health goes to one of our speakers from this morning from the class of 1983, Dr. Ann DeMeo Ricci. Congratulations to you. I'll take a picture first.
Well, I just want to say thank you very much. Downstate's very special to me and my family. And I must say my years at Downstate were probably one of the happiest years. Downstate taught me both the science of medicine, but especially it taught me the art of medicine. So I'm very thankful for that. Thank you.
Congratulations. And the final Alumni Achievement Award is the Alumni Achievement Award in Surgery. Goes to Dr. Jordan Josephson from the class of 1983.
Good morning. What an honor. We're all blessed to practice medicine. To practice medicine every day. This award belongs to the people that have taught us, all my professors at Downstate. I've taught surgery all over the world, medical schools all over the world. The education that we've gotten at Downstate was top-notch, unbelievable, and I feel blessed. I also want to thank my patients for the privilege, along with all the professors that taught me throughout all my years. They're the ones that really deserve this award. And lastly, I'm blessed. I have a beautiful family, and without a supportive family, my wife Mara, my daughter Jacqueline, my sons Julius and Jared, a doctor can't do what he needs to do to take care of his patients. Thank you very much for this award, and thank you to the Alumni Committee.
It's actually your plaque.
Okay, it's my pleasure to present the Master Teacher Awards. As a medical student and as former medical students ourselves, we truly value those physicians who choose to teach as well as practice. We wouldn't be here where we are today without the great teachers from Downstate and those who went on to teach us throughout our careers. When your name is called, please come forward. After your photo is taken, you are invited to say a few words to those gathered. Please keep your remarks brief so that we can keep the ceremony on time. Our first award is the Master Teaching Award in Obstetrics and Gynecology to Cynthia Abraham, class of 2008. There would have been a different award for that.
I have an excellent skin regimen. Thank you for this award. This was completely unexpected. And I'm really happy to be here. I look fondly back on all the memories from my 4 years at Downstate, all the friends I made, all the wonderful experiences I had, and I thank my family and my friends for their ongoing support. So the experience that really marks my time there is my 6-week OBGYN clerkship at Kings County and Downstate. I look so fondly at all the pathology I saw, all the patients with preeclampsia I managed, and those times, those really rough times when I helped provide support to my overworked PGY3s who were struggling in the emergency room with GYN consults. So when I ended up starting my residency at LIJ in 2008, I said, wow, Downstate really prepared me for this. And then I currently work at Mount Sinai Hospital as an OBGYN attending on their labor floor. And once again, I say, wow, Downstate prepared me for this madness that I experience day in, day out. So once again, thank you so much for this award.
Okay, the Master Teaching Award in Radiology and Pulmonology goes to Lawrence Goodman, class of 1968.
Well, I can draw a straight line from Downstate to a 50-year career in radiology that's taken me all over the country and all over the world. It started with Lucy Squire, who many of you remember, who got a lot of us interested in radiology, and also introduced me to a book by Ben Felsen called Principles in Chest Radiology, which I've been lucky enough to revise for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th edition. In addition, I spent 2 months on the E-building in pulmonary medicine and TB with Dr. Harold Lyons and Harry Mellons. So that was my impetus to go into radiology, and it's been terrific. And then I'd also like to thank my wife. We married 2 weeks before my internship at Kings County Hospital. Every other night, every other weekend. Not the best way to start off a marriage, but she stuck it out, and here we are, so thank you.
Next is the Master Teaching Award in Cardiology, which goes to Spencer Rosario, class of 1993. Okay. The Master Teaching Award in Gastroenterology goes to Arnold Wald, class of 1968.
Well, like all the other recipients, I'd like to thank the alumni for this very honored award. The importance of teaching, of course, is central to our profession. I think the reason I went into gastroenterology was because of my third-year mentor, Dr. Julius Darren, who taught me in medicine. Although he might have been a little embarrassed to hear that from me later on in life, but he was a wonderful mentor and teacher, and again, it inspires you just like it did Lucy Squire and so forth. I'd also like to mention that for a person with limited background in terms of economics, that I did graduate debt-free, as Haimas had said before. I was a little astounded to see what the tuition is today. So I hope there's some kind of resources for those people. And hopefully the Alumni Association plays a very important role in that. Thank you very much.
The Master Teaching Award in Medicine goes to Neil Winierware, class of 1993. Okay. The Master Teaching Award in Urology goes to Kenneth Glassberg, class of 1968.
Well, it's certainly a privilege to be here. I spent a lot of time at Downstate after graduation. But if you think about it, because I have to follow what Arnie Wall said, I'm a product of Brooklyn, and I know about the cost of education. And I went to 197 James Madison High School, Brooklyn College, and Downstate. The total cost was less than $700. So think about that and how times have changed. Downstate has wonderful, wonderful memories. My wonderful wife, I married 3 days after graduation. It's our 50th anniversary coming up. But I met my, well, you could applaud her. I met Michelle at a dance in the cafeteria in our first or second year, and I married her. But also my roommate, Matty Schiff, met his wife at the same dance, Marlene, and they are very dear friends to us. I spent 26 or 7 years as Director of Pediatric Urology after having done my residency under my mentor, Keith Waterhouse. Many of you may have remembered, and they were wonderful years, and then went on to Columbia and the Children's Hospital there. I really, in a way, I'm a pediatric urologist. I came in a new career that it was somewhat limited, so I can know almost everything in it. But a lot of what I know today is I shared what's a lot of knowledge with somebody who also is here, is another pioneer in pediatric urology, Evan Cass back there. And in a way, we've crossed ideas so much, so we've helped to build the profession that we've been in. It's been a great career, and Downstate was a great beginning, and I spent many years, more than most of you, and I appreciate what Downstate did for me in getting me started. Thank you so much.
Okay, it's now time to recognize some of our most distinguished guests for some specific awards that the Alumni Association provides. The Alumni Association chooses a faculty member from SUNY Downstate who contributes the most to outstanding education of our students and residents to become an honorary alumnus. This year's honorary alumnus is Dr. Edward Heilman, who serves as the chairman of the Department of Dermatology, who unfortunately is not able to be with us, but he's been inducted to our organization as an honorary alum. Without efficient and effective administrators, our schools and hospitals would not function. Each year we choose one person who's done an outstanding job at administration, and this year we're proud to honor one of our own board members for his work at SUNY Downstate. The Clark Curran Award in Medical Administration is awarded to Dr. Eric Siegel, a member of the class of '93. Is Dr. Siegel here? Okay. Additionally, we recognize those people in our community who serve SUNY Downstate's medical center and the community that surrounds it. The Clarence and Mary Dennis Dedicated Service Award was established in 1996 to recognize those who've made outstanding contributions and significant commitments to the SUNY Downstate Medical Center and the Brooklyn community. This year's Clarence and Mary Dennis Dedicated Service Award is presented to Dr. Teresa Brevetti of the class of 1997. Thank you for what you do. Picture. Welcome to the microphone.
Just a few words. I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very appreciative of this award. I want to thank the association and the committee. And I really, really am proud of my Brooklyn and Downstate roots. I never shy away from that. I actually went back to work at Downstate for about 5 years. after I finished fellowship, and it opened a lot of doors for me. And I feel like if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. Thank you.
Let me just remind you, if you want to learn any more about all these wonderful Downstate graduates, there's a booklet outside that has everybody's more detailed CV in it. So please feel free to pick one up if you don't have one already. The Alumni Association runs as well as it does, and we're able to contribute so much to the College of Medicine at SUNY Downstate because of the work of our dedicated volunteers. The Alumni Service Award was established in 1994 to recognize alumni who provide exceptional service and leadership to the Alumni Association of the College of Medicine. This year, we're proud to recognize the countless hours of one of our alumni volunteers. The Benjamin Zahn MD 1925 Alumni Service Award is presented to Dr. Kenneth Cohn from the class of '81 for his work as an alumni mentor to our students. Is Dr. Cohn here? Well, we thank Dr. Cohn for his dedication. The Alumni Association also selects one alumnus or alumna each year to recognize for the Dr. Frank L. Babbitt Memorial Award. This award, named after Frank L. Babbitt, recognizes alumni with distinguished service to both the medical profession and the general community. Dr. Babbitt was key in the founding of the medical school in its current location. This year's award is presented to a physician of the class of 1968, Dr. Raymond Roos. Dr. Roos?
I'd like to thank the Alumni Association for this honor. I also want to thank my wife, my brother, and sister-in-law for being present during this ceremony. I was kind of reminded very early, it must have been maybe the first week or so, when I met Al Munzer, who's been a friend over the years, and we talked, we were both, I think, challenged, maybe overwhelmed by what loomed ahead. And we thought about putting over the entrance to the main lecture hall the sign that Dante had over the gates of hell. Abandon all hope, ye who enter. But in fact, we decided not to do that. And we didn't need to, because there were guides, mentors in the form of faculty and also my classmates as well. So thank you for a wonderful medical school experience. And as I mentioned in my talk, I owe a lot to the Alumni Association. My summer experience at the National Hospital really set my career in a certain path. Thank you.
Okay, we're getting close to the conclusion here, but there is one more award. The Alumni Achievement Award for Distinguished Service in American Medicine is the highest award given by the Alumni Association, and it's awarded to an alumnus or an alumna who has brought distinction to himself or herself and his or her alma mater through significant contributions to the welfare of mankind. This year, we're proud to honor another member of the class of 1968 with this award for distinguished service to American medicine. The recipient is Dr. Lawrence Brandt, the class of 1968.
Well, this is an incredibly humbling experience, and humility was never something that was part of my strong suit. So it's important. No one gets to any position of achievement without help. You can't do it on your own. And I've been very blessed because I've had great mentors, I've had great colleagues, I have a great wife, and you can't do this without those support mechanisms. I've also been very lucky. And luck is something that, if you have it, it's real good and it helps. I'd like to just point out, Kenny Glassberg said that he was sort of pure Brooklyn. I don't have his purity of lineage. I grew up in the Bronx. I went to college in Manhattan, of course, medical school in Brooklyn, house staff training in Manhattan, and I've been at Montefiore Medical Center in the Bronx since 1974, working 15 blocks from where I was born. So I've actually come quite far in the world, and it's been a wonderful journey. I've been incredibly lucky. I thank the Alumni Association for this tremendous honor, and I thank all of my classmates who were here. I speak to some who aren't. We're a very, in some ways, close family, in some ways not, but we have a feeling for each other that's rooted in our shared experiences, and that's what makes people stay together. So, God bless you all. Thanks for being here.
All right, so let's applaud the efforts of all our award winners today. At this point, we'd like to invite you all to join us in the next room for a luncheon honoring the award recipients. You will notice while you're there that there are a few medical students with poster presentations who will be joining you for lunch. These students are a few of the dozens of students who receive financial support for their research from the Alumni Association. We hope you'll take a moment to look at their research. Once again, I would like to congratulate all of our award recipients and thank you for participating.
Okay. And if anyone wants pictures taken of themselves and their loved ones, or in small groups or anything like that, our photographer will be available in the hallway right outside the store. So please feel free to get some extra pictures done. All right, thank you, everybody.